add this item, or creating a meeting for this item.
No, of
No
course.
problem, Chief.
Okay, well, I also thank you, Tom, for making the time. This sort of had insurance issues, so it kind of was all over the place. We wanted to get it done before the fireworks, to just ensure that we had all our safety apparatuses available for the fireworks. So I'm just gonna, I'll call the meeting to order. If we could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I muted your machine.
Before I go into the meeting, I just would like to take a moment to express the town's deepest sympathies to the Ravis family for the loss of Megan. Obviously, this has rocked our entire community. To have a young woman, young mother, wife, member of our community lose her life by simply walking on the street. So we could take just a moment of silence in memory of Megan and in sympathy to their family. Thank you. So we just have this item. I'm going to ask for a motion to hear and consider authorizing the purchasing authority to enter in to the proposed contract with C Support Incorporated to provide all labor, materials, equipment, and all else necessary to lease 2005 Safe Boats International 25-foot Defender. And then the number of the item is in the agenda. And a 2015 Easy Loader trailer, and the VIN number is also included in the agenda, for the term of 5 months as detailed in the contract document, in the amount not to exceed $25,000, $5,000 per month, and the account number is also listed in the agenda. And there's also a risk management general liability claim. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
And I'll second. We do have our risk management and assistant HR director, Peter, on the line. We have the chief, we have our purchasing department, and we have assistant chief Dunn as well, and deputy chief, sorry. And Attorney Baldwin did send an email out saying that he did review the contract. I think he made one little tweak to it before it came to us. And so who would like to lead us off?
So I will, if it's okay with you.
Yes, thank you.
So as you know, that we suffered a damage to Marine 228, our 28-foot fireboat, which operates out of the South Benson Marina. That was in February. Extremely cold day is that one day that temperatures got below zero. The boat capsized and has been investigated as seaworthy, but needs to be refurbed by the manufacturer. We have prices to do that. It's going to be an 8-month process once they receive the vessel in Kingston, Ontario, for that work. In the interim, we have worked through risk management to work through all of the issues regarding insurance coverage. What is beyond the level of insurance is the lease of a replacement vessel. And what you have before you is a lease agreement. There is very limited lease opportunities for this type of emergency services vessel. We did locate one in West Haven. They are willing, although it's not typically a lease arrangement, they're willing to lease it to us for 5 months. That gets us through the boating season in 2023 through the end of November. And we will, by the boating season in 2024, have a replacement, or have the Marine 228 restored and returned to us for operation in the summer of 2024. The leased vessel is one that the 25-footer safe boat, typical for public safety use, and will serve our purposes with a portable fire pump that we will obtain separately to have firefighting capability on this boat through the summer season. With that, I'll pause in case there are questions.
I do have
Tom,
some
do you have-
questions. I'll pause for the, yeah. Do you want me to go, Bren?
Yes, sure. Go right ahead, Tom.
Yeah, thank you. Chief, first question, just, did we get the report back on what caused the boat to capsize, what happened there, and what kind of arrangements have we made to fix that going forward?
So there were a couple of items that were identified by the investigating services that were hired by the insurance company. And then there were three items. There's a dive door on the boat that had a seal that needed to be replaced. It doesn't appear that had a direct cause in the sinking of the vessel. However, they did note it, and it would have to be repaired by us. There was a hose connection. There was unsecured. It is our contention that there was a hose attached to a seacock that we believe was removed after the boat was taken out of the water after the sinking. But it was identified in the report. And third, and more importantly, there were scuppers, an older style flap scupper that allows water to exit the transom at the back of the boat, but not allow water to come in. The new style is a collapsible hose or tube, elephant trunk, if you can picture that, that would be attached to the transom. The water pressure would collapse it to prevent water from entering, but allow water to discharge through that style scupper. They identified the scuppers as a potential cause of the sinking. There was strong winds from what we believe that were imposing on the transom of the boat. There was, as I said, below zero temperatures. We think the combination of those two factors allowed the scuppers to freeze in the open position, allow water to the boat to take on water. And we have video from the marina that clearly shows that as the boat was taken on water, it listed to one side and then went under. So those are the issues, and they will be rectified in the repairs to the boat. Those three items will be corrected to the latest technology and style, and particularly the scuppers, to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Thank you, Chief, for the thorough explanation. What did the insurance company find, and give me kind of the economics of, what was the deductible, how much are they paying, and what have they rejected and why? And I don't know who answers that question.
So I think that Peter, unless you wanted to do it, Peter was our point of contact with the insurance company, so maybe best from him.
Great. So from a deductible standpoint, the insurance coverage on this would be $50,000, 50.
So wait, so the deductible was 50,000?
Yes, it is 50,000.
Okay, so go ahead. Thank you.
The cost reimbursement approved amount from the insurance company is still pending. We're awaiting a detailed repair estimate to be shared with the insurance company, at which point then they'll come back after having evaluated it with their approved amount less that deductible. So that number is still TBD.
Are they, what's taking so long on that? What was it, the investigation, and then you had to turn the boat over to the manufacturer to get the estimate? I mean, where do we stand on this?
So maybe I can jump in. There was a very long delay due to the investigation, waiting for the report back from the investigation. We also, and Roger Case, Assistant Chief Roger Case is here as well, who coordinated with the manufacturer Metalcraft out of Kingston, Ontario. They wanted to come and do a site visit to evaluate the vessel and the potential needs and to develop an estimate for the repairs that would be necessary. So we had to wait for them to make their trip. They were doing a number of inspections from Florida to here. So we had to wait for them to provide that estimate. And then that estimate for repairs went to the insurance company. So it has been a number of interested stakeholders in this process outside the town of Fairfield with their own timetable that has caused this to take some time to get to the point that we're at now. It is important to note that the repairs will take 8 months once it gets to Ontario. So there was never an opportunity to have this work done for this boating season, hence the need for the repair.
Yeah, I got that.
For the lease.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, but my question is whether it'll be set in time for it to be ready for next year, quite frankly. But the next question I have is if I understand the economics. So we're out the $50,000 of the deductible, assuming the repairs are going to be higher than $50,000. Does the $25,000 for this count towards the deductible, or has this already been said we're not going to reimburse you for having to lease a different boat for a period of time? Like, how does this play into it?
Chief, you want me to cover that?
Yes, please.
So in speaking with the insurance company, if we were to apply this lease towards the claim, it would actually be recognized as a somewhat of an addendum or a separate claim to the original claim. And that would then drive the overall deductible applied across both to be $100,000. And so
was that how we agreed to the policy that we agreed to? Yeah, and I'm not trying to shoot anybody here. I'm just that, it's kind of like a car policy. When your car goes down, you either get coverage for a rental or you don't. It sounds like any kind of rental was excluded from our original policy. Is that correct?
It's an additive or addendum to the policy. I can't speak to the negotiations or the decision making when it occurred in the past. I wasn't here, so I can't speak to that. But all I can speak to is the what it is at this point. I apologize.
Yeah, no. So in essence, what you're saying is we have to eat the 25, then we have to eat the 50. So we're out 75, and that's before we get the boat. That and then whatever else it costs to get the boat fixed, they'll cover, is what we basically believe at this point. Is that fair?
Yes, it is. But we recognize that if we elected to add the lease agreement to the claim, thereby increasing the deductible to 100,000, we would be out 100,000.
I got it. Yeah, no, I got it. But that would be stupid. We're not going to do that. I get it. So we're out 75. Where are we getting the 75?
So it will come out of the insurance reserve fund, and I can't speak more detail. The account number was provided by the finance department, the insurance reserve fund.
Is Jared here?
I am. I'm on.
Okay.
Jared,
Yeah,
how much is in the insurance reserve fund? Yeah, sorry, thanks.
Yeah, the chief is right. It's coming out of the internal service fund, the general liabilities of the internal service fund.
Yeah, how much is in the fund now? Like, how much is this using of that?
Oh, I'd have to look at that particular account, but it's it's definitely well under what we have in there.
Can you check real quick if you don't mind?
Yeah, I can check.
Yeah, and going back to my question, just because I want to move it along, I understand we're trying to move here. What's the so we're out 75 grand. The first thing I'd say is we should probably look at that policy moving forward and see what it would cost to add that addendum into the original policy, without taking the deductible up that much, just in case this happens again. And the second thing, why is this coming now as kind of a rush at what in essence is the beginning of July? Why wasn't this, I mean, how did we cover needs? I would imagine the boating community was out there starting in like May or something, Chief. So what have we been doing for the last several months?
So Tom, just to jump in, you know, what I said earlier, you know, we were waiting on the insurance, the investigation and everything.
Sure.
The chief had a plan B we're really concerned about the fireworks, and that's why we're kind of rushing this. There's always misfires off the barge. Things happen.
Sure.
Now we have the police boats out there and stuff, but if we can get this done now and have extra safety for our boaters who will be out on the water for the fireworks and anyone else, we wanted to get it done, and that's why we are here today.
No, Brent, I get that, and I appreciate that. What I was saying, I guess, was we've been without a fireboat for the last few months. What have we done to cover it? Have we done anything? Like how?
Well, we have the
you know,
police
'cause
boat. We have the police boat. So we have other things. It's just that we know that the fireworks are obviously a big event, and there's more opportunities for concern with fire.
And if I can add, we do have a mutual aid agreement, a very regular mutual aid agreement that operates with the City of Bridgeport Fire Department, and they regularly respond to incidents in Fairfield as we do into Bridgeport. The caller typically doesn't know what jurisdiction the emergency is in, so there's good relationship with them. Also, we have a 17-foot boat that we operate out of Yee Yacht Yard, and intended, you know, we could have moved it to South Benson Marina, but that would have left the Southport Harbor and the west side of the reef unprotected. So we chose, in partnership with the police department, to have their vessel be primary in the eastern side of the reef. We will maintain 217 in the western side of the reef. 17-footer is very difficult to operate in any kind of weather. So it is not a suitable long-term replacement for the boating season, hence the lease.
Thank you for that. Quick question for you then, just like putting all the dots together here, right? If in fact we were comfortable for the last couple of months that we had it kind of covered without this boat for now, not optimal, but with mutual aid, with the police boat, with everything. And really what's driving this is the one-time event of the fireworks. Did we look into either, you know, reimbursing another town to provide additional coverage for us for the fireworks, or else a shorter term lease to just cover this event, as opposed to, you know, a 5-month lease? Because obviously we felt we were okay for the last couple of months without it. So I guess what I'm saying is, if the real drive was kind of a big blip, which is July 4th, why are we going for 5 months at a cost of $25,000, as opposed to saying to a local town, you know, we'll give you an additional $5,000 if you cover us for July 4th?
So one, I am not comfortable with our lack of protection over the past several months as the boating season started. This is not a one and done. The urgency is for the 4th of July, but the need is throughout the boating season and into the shoulder season. We find the greatest hazard is when nobody else is out on the water, and windsurfers, kayakers, commercial and recreational fishermen are out on the water unprotected. Or without the 24/7 capability that the fire department offers for rescue operations. And also, we back each other up. If I may, the system is designed to back each other up because it's so difficult to mobilize support on the water. It's different than land-based emergencies where you can just call another fire truck or a police car. There are a few resources. So responders can get in trouble very quickly out in the water, and we look for this redundancy to provide that level of safety for the responders. We regularly back each other up with the police department or with our mutual aid partners.
Right. So you weren't comfortable the last couple of months where we didn't have coverage.
I was not,
Okay.
but we
But we had
worked
to
as
find
quickly
another
as we
boat.
could.
So can I just jump in here? So we wouldn't have taken the time to have a special meeting unless Chief McCarthy thought it was important, and I wouldn't have scheduled it if I didn't think it was important. The fireworks are a big deal. Other towns have fireworks going on as well. The water is extraordinarily crowded with boaters, and we do have an actual barge in the middle of the water shooting off fireworks. So this is really we wouldn't have scheduled this, the bottom line, if this wasn't important. So
Well, that's clear, Brenda. But what I was going at was, do we need to spend 25 grand for a longer period of time if the main concern was the fireworks? So
well,
the
it's
chief
not that
just
it's part
answered.
of, I think the chief mentioned it's part of the concern. So, now that everything is wrapped up and the insurance pulled through and we were able to get all these loose ends tied, it made sense to come forward and do it now, because as the chief shared, he was uncomfortable over the last several months without this boat. So we just want to get the boat in place, not just for the fireworks, which is important, but also to protect our boating community.
And that's what I was trying to get clarification on, because that wasn't part of his original explanation, but it's clearer now.
Okay.
So we're out. So Jared, going back to it, how much is in the fund, if you don't mind? I think it should be millions.
Yeah, it's $5 million right now. That's in the and that's just the risk management piece of the fund,
Yeah.
which is where this
Yeah.
would come from.
Okay. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. And I'm assuming the RFP process and all that was kind of followed for this. And you've already said
Absolutely.
that the town attorney approved it.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Perfect, great.
I'm good.
All right. I don't see any members of the public on, but I will just ask if there is anyone that I don't see. They have any comment? Seeing none, back to the board. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thanks so much. Before we end the meeting, I just wanted to take just 2 minutes to congratulate our 3 high school sports teams in Fairfield. I know you all are looking, but it's really exciting. And the Fairfield Ludlow softball team upset the #1 seed, 3-time state champion Southington High School in a 5-2 game. And they became the Class L champions. So this is our Lady Falcons' first Class L state championship in the school's history. So bravo, girls. Very exciting. And our Fairfield Ward, my alma mater, baseball team won a thriller game. I know everybody was talking about it when it happened. It was really exciting, beating Staples 2-1. And they became the Class L state champions. And this is the Mustangs' second consecutive Class L state championship. So congratulations to the boys, and well done. Very well done. And for the first time in the program's 35-year history, Fairfield Prep's rugby team won the Connecticut State High School Boys Rugby Championship. And with just 12 seconds left in the second half, it sent Fairfield Prep ahead of Greenwich High School for a final score of 33-28. And this also was Fairfield native Kevin Carey's first year as head coach of the program. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. It's very exciting for our town. It's always nice to share good news. And congratulations to all of them.
Good job.
Hey, Madam First Selectwoman, thank you for that. Congratulations to all the teams. And through my son, Ryan, I happen to know a lot of the boys that are on the Fairfield Ward baseball team. And quite frankly, what we can be proud of is, and I'm sure it's the case with the other 2 teams, they're not just real quality athletes. They're really good kids. They represent the town well, not just on the athletic field, but my interactions with all the boys that I know, and I do know a couple of people on those other teams, it has been just exemplary. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to their families for the fine job they did, making them not just good athletes, but good citizens. So well done.
Well said. Well said. All right. Well, thank you everyone for taking the time today in the middle of the day. And please enjoy your holiday weekend. Be safe. And the town of Fairfield will be extra safe because we're going to have our fireboat in the water. Go ahead, Chief. You had something?
Let me just say thank you to Peter, Risk Management, to the Purchasing Department, Lee, and to the Finance Department for helping us work through all of the issues since February. It really is a team approach, and thanks to the Board of Selectmen for approving the lease. We appreciate it.
Thanks, and good luck, Chief. I hope that boat doesn't need to be used this week.
I hope not.
So,
Very good.
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you.
Okay, everyone. Have
Take
a
care.
good day. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, wait, Tom. Motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Sorry.
so moved.
Okay, I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thanks again, everyone.
you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.